It's a bloody beautiful country, isn't it? That's Richmond over there. And as I drift over a bit further, you'll see Nelson, you'll see the Port Nelson. You'd think with a Port Nelson we'd be a wealthy town, but we're not that wealthy at all actually. Well, we used to be, but not anymore. As I carry on around, you might see in the background, if you squint your eyes, the visibility is almost zero. Over there is D'Urville Island, but you probably can't see that. I'll try and zoom in a little bit. Well, there's a boat on the horizon. There you can see D'Urville just coming into play now. Not much. And I'll pan over the other side as we go down to Ruby Bay. This is all my fishing zone out here. You probably, if you follow Clay Tool Stories, you'll see me catching snapper and sharks and carwai and a silly bastard. And out there is the point of Makita, Maine. And I live not far from there, a bit further over. Anyway, welcome brothers to the Project Club and the occasional sister. How you going? It's been a while since I did a video. So today I'm having a bit of a grizzle about our economy in New Zealand, and the reason that this has sort of been kicked off is I've just come back from Christchurch, where I dropped off, well, I took from here some snapper, some shark, some wild pork, some whitetail I shot down Stewart Island, some tar that I shot down south around Mount Peel, some pigs that I caught around here, a bit of beef from a cattle I butchered at home, a whole lot of stuff. And I stuck it in my freezer and froze it all down in little packets, and I then put it in a mini fridge, a portable one, and I trucked it down to my daughter in Christchurch, Dayla, who works for Top Sport. She basically teaches people how to navigate their kayaks and water and stuff. She works a lot on the Waimakariri River. People that want to do the coast to coast, she shows them how to do that leg of it. Anyway, I took her that food and stuff because for her, that stuff is unaffordable now. Come on, heel up. Good dogs. But it's not just unaffordable for her, it's unaffordable for a lot of Kiwis. Our country used to be one of the more wealthy countries in the world, and it should have been too. We used to have loads of beef exports, and mostly lamb exports actually, but also our dairy overseas. Mostly to Britain. We used to sell all our lamb, and that made us a very wealthy country for many years, because we could grow it better because we've got green pastures and we've got good weather. And so it makes good sheep, lots of sheep. But then things changed, didn't it? The European community, everything changed over there and everything changed here. And the government then couldn't sell it the same, and they got it elsewhere. And the government started subsidising it. And then we had this Prime Minister here called Rob Muldoon. He'd come up with these great ideas called Think Big projects. And they cost us a lot of money, didn't really pan out very well. And well, you guys know the history. And today we spend only 1.5 of our GDP on technology, like investing back into technology and research and development, while other countries like Korea spend 5% or Israel spends 6.5%. I think that's right, might be more than that. But we spend 1.5%, we're getting dumb, and we're getting dumber because we've got the brain drain, because all of our young Kiwis, like my daughter Dayla, they can't live or even own a home here anymore because it's so expensive to live, so they leave the country. So all our clever people leave the country for a better life, and a few of us oldies here, us old bloody baby boomers, who we're lucky to have saved a bit of dough and have a bit of land, can do okay, but we're a minority and we're dying breed, and the next generation, it's going to be bloody hard for them. So New Zealand potentially could be a great country, but we don't have anybody great running it. We've got a bunch of morons that just stuff stuff up all the time. The COVID thing that happened, now I don't want to sound like I'm a record, and I know a lot of what I say sometimes is a bit silly, but the COVID thing has cost us thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions, and it shouldn't have. I mean, at the beginning, the Delta strain was dangerous, and yep, the vaccine could help some of the elderly and people with comorbidities, true, but not everybody, and all the bullshit they spun about it, and everybody getting it, and the mandates that it cost businesses and closing businesses down, it just was a huge financial drain. At the beginning, I think the government got it right, but at the end they just kept on pressing it, and they screwed a lot of businesses and screwed a lot of lives. But that's not the main thing. There's a whole lot of other things that happened too, that have made our country not as good as it could be. Potentially, I mean, look at it. It's a bloody awesome place, but we're just not getting it right. And as I said before, we're not putting anywhere near enough into research and development and technology. We're falling way behind. Yet we've got a lot of clever people in New Zealand that have, look in the past, that have created a lot of clever things. You think of all the things that have come out of New Zealand. I mean, you could list them in the comment section. All the things that have come out of New Zealand, and what could come out more if we invest in it, but we just don't. Short-sighted stupidity. It's easy to grizzle and easy to moan. I sound like a bloody whinger, but I'm not whinging for myself, I'm whinging for the next generation, my children's generation, and also the people that do struggle, that are my age too. Like my brother, he's worked his whole life, and yeah, he's still finding it hard to live. The cost of living, it's expensive. A lot of people do, and we're in a country full of resources. You know that New Zealand gave, I think it was about $165 million. $165 million towards the Ukraine war. That's your step pace, because you can't get up there, can you, without that? No, that's right, mate. Yeah. Good dog. That was pretty easy, wasn't it? You okay, Johnny? Don't chew your box, okay? And that includes you too. We're on to your second door. Not a bad view. Not a bad view at all. Anyway, what we do have is we have a bloody beautiful country as far as lifestyle goes, and that there's something which you can't really put a price on. You'll be hard pressed to find places around the world where you could be parked up in one place and from there within an hour be hunting deer, within an hour and a half to 2 hours be hunting chamois, be hunting pigs, goats, or then fishing right next to where you go. I mean, I literally fish in this bit of water right out here. I don't drive anywhere hardly, just put my kayak on the truck, and within 5 minutes I've got my boat down here. That's the sort of thing which you can go skiing. You've got mountain bike parks where you have a beautiful country. So I'm grizzling only about the economy, not the country itself. And I think the next generation are going to struggle if they can't tap into that resource and make it into something that's going to be financially viable, something that can actually help them get ahead. Whether you're showing it on social media like I do with my other channel, or you're capitalising on bringing people to the country, this is where we need to get back into, is our tourism, because the tourists that were coming before COVID was a big part of our income. I mean, we have all our F's, don't we? How many F's are there? About 5 of them. We've got our fruit, our farming, our forestry, our fishing. I think there's another F in there somewhere. If you can think of another F. Fruit, forest, farming, fishing, something F with ING on it, I'm not sure what that is, but it's an industry as well. But okay, 4 Fs. There was another one that's F, I was trying to think of it, I can't think of it. Don't know, it'll come to me later. I'll just pause for a minute and have a think about that. Oh yeah, 5th one, fuel, coal. We have coal. We don't have a lot of coal, but we've got coal. I don't think it's a massive industry, but it's something, and it used to be quite a big one. Anyway, all that aside, that's what I reckon for all the young people got to start thinking about doing, is trying to tap into that and think along those lines, because that's a resource that can be looked after, can be maintained if you do it properly, but also it can be capitalised on without literally going in and digging it all up. Australia's got all their minerals that they're rich with. We don't have something like that. We have a little bit of fishing out here, but really not enough, and everybody else comes outside the zone and takes the fish anyway. That's not so sustainable forever. It is for local fishermen to a degree, but it gets hammered. And we can't all live off eating carbon credits. The farms are getting rid of their farms and planting bloody pine trees, and they're no good for the environment. But what we do have is we've got a lot of native bush and a lot of beauty. So that's my 2 cents worth on what we should be thinking about. And the other thing we should be doing is the government should be investing strongly in technology, because we have a lot of good thinking. Kiwis are a very innovative bunch of people. A lot of people that are born in New Zealand come from a bloodline of people that came over here many, many years ago, and they had to think and create and be creative and work how to live off the land. And my grandfather was a very, very creative guy. In horticulture, he created all these different things and different ways of ploughing the fields up and harvesting the asparagus crowns and harvesting the crops and harvesting the fruit. And that was what he did. And a lot of that stuff's kind of getting lost. Yeah. Anyway, New Zealand's bloody good. I love it. And I've lived overseas enough to know that there's no better country to live. But I do feel for our younger people. And if you have yourself any ideas and things that we could bring to get the economy back up in New Zealand, or just make it good for those around us, what would it be? Would you suggest more homesteading, more gardening at home, growing more your own vegetables? I mean, I've got a courgette plant in my glasshouse right now, and I've been eating courgettes for the last 2 weeks, and it's spewing out dollars worth of courgettes. And it's the same with all my other garden. But gardens do take work. But I say courgettes because this courgette is just in a pot, and you don't need a lot for it. I mean, it was just a bit of dirt, and I bought it, and a bit of fertilizer, and it's producing. That's one plant I always tell my kids to grow courgettes in the summer, because you get a free food source right through the summer. Anyway, I'm rattling on a bit now, so I'll cut it off. Thanks for watching. Go steady in the Broadcheck Club. If you're one of those people that does comment, thank you, because you're the people I know, the ones in the comment section. And the rest of you that don't comment, smack a comment down below and introduce yourself, so I know who else is in the club. Right, I'm looking at the sea here, seeing if there's any birds working, thinking I might go out for a paddle tomorrow, but I've got something to do tomorrow, which is a bit of work with the sheep. Yeah, a few sheep need to be shorn. Go steady, brothers, and the occasional sister. We'll see you next one. See you later.